Now, despite the fact that my degree was biology and evolutionary genetics, I never actually read Darwin's Origin of Species, and I figured that would be a great, quite difficult, quite long, not easy to read text for us to look at as an example of how can we use ChatGPT, in this case version 4.0, to help us learn anything we want. So I found a downloadable version PDF of this text, and let's jump in with a few ideas. First, summarize each chapter of this book, and thankfully it will always correct your spelling mistakes. So it's going to go through, it's already digested that entire PDF in that time, and now it is giving us those chapter summaries. We can type whilst it is still going. So in this case, I want to check something. Origin of Species is a book that is in sort of popular culture, and I want to make sure that all of its information just came from this PDF and not just what it generally knows. So did all this information come from this specific PDF I gave you and not your general knowledge? And it's not going to let us hit go until it's finished typing. We could, of course, press stop if we want to. You see, so it's actually combining what was in its PDF and what was in its general knowledge. So going forward for this exercise, I only want you to use the contents of the PDF. Okay, so it's going to do that. You might need to check it depending on how specific your text is. So create me 5 sample flashcards. And let's go with in different formats so we can get a sense of what other formats it might be able to give us. So base and question and answer, fill in the blank, that's great. True or false, I like that one. Multiple choice, great. Match the chapter with its main focus. That's interesting. Not necessarily relevant for Origin of Species, I wouldn't have thought, but certainly interesting and valuable maybe if you're having to learn a manual or a textbook of something. So let's say I like options 1 to 4. Let's see, create me 3 sample flashcards, varying formats, include a detailed response about the answer, and give a page number. See how now it's specifically saying it's going to go off and read the document again. Okay, and it's giving us what the text could be front and back, which is great, and it gives us the reference. Okay, I like this. For easier copy and pasting, let's do it this way. Please give it to me in a table. This way you could drop this into almost any other sort of tool, but we'll also look at a way it could run it live for you so you're not seeing the question and the answer at the same time. Now it's analyzing here is taking a surprising amount of time. Usually something like that is fairly simple, but here we go. So now it's giving us those. I see, so it was building it all out. So you've got the front, the back, and the page number, which is great. And I imagine if we look at this in more detail, I guess we'd have to download it in order to then see everything that was in it. So that's okay. So let's imagine you are a interactive flashcard tool. Give me a flashcard question, but wait for me to answer. Okay, so now it's just going to show them one-on-one, which is great. Darwin mentions is causing variability. Okay, great. So let's just say blue. Obviously, it's not blue. Okay, great. And then it's going to give us another answer. Now, what other ways can you help me learn this book? Sometimes, by the way, if you're wondering what this little icon is down in the right-hand corner and this Get Citation, I have an app installed called Grammarly, and it just automatically shows up on everywhere there's a form field for me to fill in. So somewhat annoyingly, it sometimes shows up in ChatGPT. So it's giving us others. I'm not going to go through all of these. However, one that I do think is cool is create me my own unique mnemonic devices. And you'll see exactly what these are at the moment in a moment if you're not familiar. So this is where we have those initials for things, and then each initial stands for a particular word to help us learn something. So it's created one around the natural selection process, key challenges to Darwin's theory. This is great. Like, if you can remember visor, first, barks, history, and let's see what the last one is, and compass, great. I think that's going to make it a lot easier for you to remember the key elements of what's in this book. And then let's do sort of one more. We've got a chapter summary here. We looked at different types of flashcards. We looked at how you can do it interactively. Let's do, I find a detailed timeline helps me to learn. Please give me a timeline that covers all the major moments. Okay, great. Love that. It's going through it chapter by chapter, and it's giving me that timeline, and it's giving me the key moments. It's giving me examples, and in this case, it's referencing those chapters. What you could do is you could just say, give me a table of all of the dates and give me page number references. So let's try that. Give me a timeline table with page numbers or chapters. Getting it to put stuff in tables is definitely an easier output. And as you saw, we can download it, you can expand it, you can really do what you need to do with it. It also helps you copy and paste it if you're going to start using this in another tool. Now, just like last time, I think the analyzing is going off and building the table. So here, you can actually see if you expand it exactly what it's doing. So it's going through, giving us those chapters. This is actually the table structure it is building. So key moments. Here we go, and then it's going to give us that in the table, which is great. So hope that helps. If there's anything we can help you with AI, particularly the fact that at FOMO.ai we are building fully automated marketing teams, just go over to FOMO.ai and click schedule, and you'll get on my calendar, and I'll be happy to answer your questions.